to Tween Tuesday. I'm Miss Cindy from the South Brunswick Public Library. Today's Tween Tuesday craft is going to be an origami fidget toy. Basically, we're going to origami together a bunch of pieces of paper, and it's going to make something that looks kind of like this, that you can fold and play with and kind of keep your hands busy to fidget. So, without further ado, let's just get to it. Okay guys, we're going to get started on our origami fidget toy. First, I'm going to show you what you're going to need. You're going to need 7 pieces of paper. I'm making mine mostly different colors, but you don't have to. It's really all up to your preference. Some glue. I'm using this regular clear glue. A glue stick would probably work a little bit better because it'll dry faster, but I don't have a glue stick, so this is fine. And scissors if you are not using origami paper. If you're using origami paper that's already square, then there's a whole step that you can skip. But I'm using just regular colored paper, so we're going to have to take the extra step to make it square. So first thing we're going to do is start on our first color, which is going to be pink in this case. To make it square, you just have to fold the paper over this way, kind of like you're making a triangle. And let me turn it, it might be easier to see this way. You're going to bring the edges together. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want it to be as even as possible. You got that? Okay. See kind of what it looks like? So you're going to take this that you folded. Now this edge is going to be extra. This is what we're going to cut off. So I personally like to fold it first and then cut it because it just makes it easier to cut. But you know, you do however makes you the most comfortable. Okay, now I'm just going to cut this extra edge. Actually, I'm going to fold it both ways so that it's got a nice crease. And there you have it, square paper. So, it already has one diagonal fold in it from before, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten up that fold. The way that I like to do it is I like to take something with a flat bottom, so like this, and kind of use it to push the edge together. It makes a really good crease for later. The other way you can do it is you can fold it kind of both ways, because then that makes the crease really, really solid. All right, so now we're gonna turn our paper, let's say this way, now it's a diamond, and we're gonna do it again. Again, line up the edges. Turn it, just push it down. All right, so now you got paper with kind of an X in creases. So back to diamond shape. You're going to take the bottom point and bring it up to the middle of the paper where the two creases meet. That, and once again for me, just that. You're going to open it. And now you're going to take the bottom point and bring it up to the second line, the line that you just made from unfolding. So this goes up, and then this goes up. So it should look like that. We're going to do the same thing to the other edges. So what I'm going to do is just rotate it so I'm always working from the bottom. That just makes it easier for me, but you do it however works for you. Bring it up, make a crease, and then bring the small point up and make a fold there. Okay, now this gets folded up. Again, just to press. Turn up to the center, fold, and the small point up to the line. This all gets folded up. It kind of looks like an envelope at this point. So again, up, and flip, and up again. So you're back to a square. It looks a little bit like a frame. See? So now we're going to flip it. We're going to flip it and we're going to keep it square. No turning it for diamond this time. Now it's going to be square. And you see you still have that kind of center line where, or that center point where the two lines meet. So we're going to take the corners and fold them to just about the center line. I'm going to flip it, and again, corners. Now it's looking a little bit like an envelope again. And I'm still going to go over with the glue, just kind of envelope again. And again, we're going to flip up this last corner. Alright, so we've turned it from a square into a diamond just by doing the corners. Alright, so now we're going to take this and flip it. Now you'll see that there are flaps. Okay? So what you're going to do is put it down in diamond form. Take your fingers and kind of push on these flaps so that they go up. See? It kind of makes a little, sort of like a hat. Sort of like a boat. Okay, so just want to do that again. Take it, put your fingers in, and just push the flaps out, right? Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing to the other sides. See, I've rotated, put the flaps up. This is just so that you can kind of get used to the movement, because what's going to happen is you're going to fold the flaps up, and then these flaps that are up here are also going to come up, and it's going to go this way. And then you're going to push them together so they make a heart. That part was a little hard, so I'm going to go over it again. So we just finished flipping it, and now this is going to go up kind of in half, and these flaps on the side are going to open, and these, and you're going to kind of hold them in your hand so that the top flaps also bend, and again gets pushed together kind of into a heart. Now you are going to repeat this 7 times. So you're going to do this for each piece of paper. So what I'm going to do for right now is I am going to put this underneath some books so that it kind of flattens out a little bit while I make the next one. I'm not going to make you watch me fold all 7 of them, but I am going to do it again just so that you guys can see and kind of follow along in case you haven't totally gotten it yet. So this is going to go away for now. Okay, so this paper I've already cut into a square, and obviously it already has the 1 crease, so I'm just going to turn it so I can give it the other crease. I'm just going to go corner to corner up here. I always start at the edge and then push it down. And again, just with my, flip it to the other side just to make it a nice deep crease. Okay, so we're back to our paper with our little X in it. So diamond shape, we're going to take the bottom corner, it's going to go up to the center line. And unfold. So now you have 2 lines. The bottom corner is going to meet the bottom line here, and then they both go up. Rotate, same thing. Bottom corner to middle center line. Unfold, bottom corner to bottom line, and fold up this way. Bottom corner, center line, bottom corner, bottom line, fold up, and last one, bottom corner to center line and fold, unfold, bottom corner to bottom line, and fold up again. So again, now we have it looking like a picture frame. So we're going to flip it. Now we're going to take the corners, and the corners are going to go to the center. Next corner to the center. You're basically making the square shape back into a diamond. Corner, back up to center, and last corner up to center. I'm going to go up and just give them a quick kind of push. They still want to come up, but this does make it a little easier. So flip. Now you'll see again that you have your flaps. Now what I like to do is, like I showed you before, I like to put my finger in and lift them. I want to make sure that when it's time to do the whole thing, they all have good creases in them. Which is another reason why I think it's important to make nice deep creases at the beginning. Alright, so we're ready. We're going to go up to kind of fold it in half. But again, these creases are going to go out instead of in. If you were to fold it regularly, the creases would go in, but you want them out. Right? And what you might want to do is hold the corners and push, because that will make these folds more prominent and they will just start folding. And this turns into a heart shape. I'm going to show it to you again, because this is kind of, for me, it was the hardest part. So, sorry, the folds are a lot more noticeable now that I've folded it so many times. But again, you're going to fold like you're going to fold up, but these side pieces are going out. So you have kind of like a hat. hold your hat by the edges and you push. You see these are going to want to fold. You push them together. They come together into a heart shape. So now we're going to take this and we're going to glue it to this. I'm trying to focus my glue just kind of on the inside and not on the outside too much, because when I first tried making this, I got too much glue on the outside and other pieces started gluing together that I didn't want. So kind of focusing on the center. What? So take your one and just meet it with the other and smush. Now these are going to go again under a flat surface. This is what I do. I glue them together and then I put them under like two heavy books, or like a heavy book with a bunch of cans or something, or even just a book, and then you just sit on it so that the glue dries and they dry together while I make the other, what I like to call hearts. I mean, I know they're just the folds, but they look like hearts, so I call them the hearts. While I origami the other hearts, this has a chance to dry and flatten out together. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to give it a couple of minutes to let the glue dry, because then we have to do more gluing. Not a lot, but you'll see. Okay, so the glue is mostly dry. It's not perfectly dry all the way yet, but so now you have this kind of long thing. What you want to do is stretch it out a little. Don't pull too hard, but you want to make sure that none of the papers are stuck to themselves. So for example, this is kind of this like reddish orange is stuck to purple. You don't want the purple to be stuck to the purple though. So you want to make sure that each color can open up. And I'm going to flip it so that it works on both sides. You want to make sure each color is able to open up on its own and it's not stuck together. So now, instead of a heart, I'm going to shape it kind of like an L and let it stand up. You're going to take the two edges and you're going to bring them together. So this is what you're going to glue. So what I'm going to do is I have some paper clips here, and I'm going to put some glue on one side. Again, trying not to go too much to the edges. There we go. And I find it a little easier to stand it up when I do it, but you know, however works best for you. Go around and meet it back with the other side. Now what I do is I use these paper clips to help hold some of the edges together while the glue dries. The reason I mentioned before, for example, that a glue stick would be a little better is because it dries a little bit faster than liquid glue. But, you know, you do what you got to do. And just, let's say, one at the top here. So 4 paper clips, I think, is enough to kind of make sure that all sides stick together. You don't have to leave the paper clips in, obviously. But I'm going to leave them in for just a few minutes while this glue dries. Okay, so now that it's dry, you have kind of like a star shape with a star shape in it. If you pull, you'll see that it opens. So this is why I call it kind of a fidget toy, because you can flip it, flip it, flip it. And it's just kind of like a nice, repetitive fidgeting that you can do. All right, so I know that was pretty long, but I hope that you guys learned something new and cool this week. And I will see you guys next time on Tween Tuesday. Bye.